Hey everybody, Seth here with Living Large and Tiny Living, and today I am lying on the ground next to a power outlet. Why? Because today we're going to talk about power consumption for tiny houses. This is going to be pretty important if you want solar panels, if you want to save money, or you just want to be a bit more efficient with your tiny house appliances. So we're going to need a couple of different numbers to decide exactly how much power we're going to consume and how much solar panels we're going to need, but this little gadget is going to help us out a whole lot. This is called a kilowatt, K-I-L-L-A watt, and what it does is it plugs into a wall outlet and will give you a couple different numbers. Well, first and foremost, it gives you the continuous consumption of your device. So let's go ahead, plug it in, and then we'll discuss exactly what it does. Now, my computer is currently plugged in so that we can see some actual numbers here, but I'm not worried about unplugging it because it's attached to a UPS power supply, which I think everyone should have, but that's a discussion for another day. So what you can do is go through the menu. You can put in a particular rate for whatever the cost of your electricity is per kilowatt, and then it will give you the voltage that's coming into the kilowatt. It will give you also the kilowatts that are being used at any given instant, and it'll give you an overall cost for the device at your particular rate. Now, what's great about this is that you can plug in any kind of device into it, or pretty much any device into it, and then you can see exactly how much electricity it's using, how efficient it is, and if you can make any changes. The kilowatt is a great tool. And the reason why is because it calculates all of your energy consumption needs. And what that allows you to do then is, one, if you have energy hungry appliances that you need to be getting rid of, then you can do that. You know exactly how much energy is being used on all the appliances, and that'll make life much simpler than trying to figure out exactly what it is based on power consumption of turning things on or off each month. But beyond that, it also allows you to have an idea of solar panel energy usage or also generator, how much you're going to need for that. So let's go ahead and start with the generator. So with the generator, you are going to have to take all of the measurements from all your appliances off of your kilowatt. Just go ahead and make a chart for it. That's probably the easiest thing to do there. And then once you have that chart, then you can you're going to want to take the instantaneous values. So if it's drawing, say, 10 kilowatts per hour at one point, that's really high, let's say 100 watts, but 100 watts per hour at any one given point, then you're going to take that, add all of those numbers up, and then that's what you're going to need for your generator, because generators, had they measure their consumption, is by an instantaneous volume at any one point. So that's what you're going to do for generators. But now let's talk solar panels, because solar panels, they're a little different. Solar panels, because they have a battery bank, mean that you don't have to worry about the instantaneous. You're looking at the daily values, because your solar panels are charging up your batteries, and then your batteries are then powering your house. So we're going to look at the daily values for that. So the same thing applies. Make your chart, but go with an average daily value instead of the instantaneous values. So then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to take all of those numbers, and then that will give us, say, 8 kilowatts per day. Well, if that's what you're going to need, you're going to need solar panels that produce at least 8 kilowatts per day at a minimum in order to power all of your devices. I can expect my solar panels to produce at maximum capacity for 4 to 6 hours a day. So I've got, say, 9 to 14 hours a day of daylight all year round. But since the sun's low in the sky, then I won't be able to produce nearly as much. So I can count on the 4 to 6 hours of maximum capacity. So if I have a 500 watt solar panel, I can expect it to produce 4 to 6 hours a day, so 2 kilowatts total for that. Now, you're going to have to take your total and then divide that. So say I use 8 kilowatts per day. I'm going to divide that by however many hours of day I have per year. And I don't want to go with the 6 hours per day because I might run out of energy then. So I'll go with the 4. And with that, I take the 8 kilowatts, divide by 4, and then that means I have to have 2 kilowatts of panels at a minimum to power everything. Now that's at a minimum. You might end up wanting more than that, and I'll talk about those reasons right now. With the solar panels, you're reliant on the sun and your battery capacity. So if you don't have the sun for, say, 2 or 3 days because it's rainy and cloudy, you're going to be producing a lot less energy. So you might have to either bump up your solar panel amount or significantly bump up your battery capacity. One or the other you'll have to do in order to adjust for that. Now if you're in a sunny place all the time and you're never having clouds or anything like that, it will be easy for you and you don't have to have nearly as much. But this brings up the point of batteries, but I'm going to put all that information into a second video, so all of that information is in a single video and you're not having to skim through this one to try and find everything you need. So I will go ahead and catch you on the next video.